I promise to love you, to work hard, to ensure that we keep the momentum of our life. Even if when they said or asked you to marry me, you said no, or you said yes.
Mulweni, Mulweni, Mulweni. Hello everyone, my name is Nokutula Khonqe and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Thank you very much for stopping by here, and please do subscribe so that you can be a part of this family. To my old subscribers, thank you very much guys for your support and for recommending this channel to everyone out there. It's growing. I know when I started this channel it was really not about having a lot of numbers, but to actually see people subscribing, it really means a lot to me. And yeah, I thank you very much for that. So about today's video, it's something that I really been eagerly waiting to tell you about, and I think I did promise in my previous video about it. It's just that I didn't really have a structure of telling it, because there's so many things that I want to include this video. Maybe we could say this is part 1 and then we can have part 2. I don't know, we'll just see where this video plays us, because at the very same time I don't want to have a long video. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about it, how I got engaged, and I think it relates to the previous video that I had when I was talking about how I got saved and the whole idea of being born again Christian, how it was before now. And also it's gonna relate to a video that I uploaded talking about how dating young as a teenager was really messed me up, and why I got to live a single life. So I've been living a single life of, to recap, let me just recap for those who are new to the channel and those who haven't got the chance to go through that video where I was talking about dating at the young age. So when I was a teenager, I started dating because peer pressure happened. I wanted to fit in, and I didn't have any pressure from my friends. It's just that I really wanted to fit in. And then I got in love with someone, and things ended really bad because I was really hurt at that relationship, because from the beginning there was not a good reason of starting a relationship, and I really compromised myself. I compromised my principles just to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. So I made up my mind that I will not date. I really need to pay more attention to myself and to know my worth. Know your worth, yeah. So I went to know your worth. I did courses, and I was really content in being single. Like, I was really content in being single. Not to say that I didn't have any temptations along the way. I had so many temptations, but I was just being content and I was enjoying being single. And God has really given me, the wisdom and the strength and the ability of being single, and that's what I've been enjoying in the past 8 years. So when I got to church, and when I revived my relationship with God, and I was like, God, I don't want any part of me, I don't want any area of my life that doesn't have you as a foundation. So even when it comes to marriage, I will still want you to be the foundation of marriage. And uyayazi ke thina abantu basindisiweyo, ndifika mna kundoze confirmations, through your confirmations you meet someone at church, and as a result I thought, what, I'll meet my partner at church. and I'm gonna have a confirmation, some popa or something. Mama or intercessor from church would come and say, "Yeah, and you know." I had that scenario in my head, and that I was content in being that. And I always had people, you know, who came and asked for umshado. And I think being in that relationship that I really compromised myself, it made me to know the type of person that I am, and to know what kind of person that I would love to be married with. So people came and I was able to say no, because I had my own personal reasons. And so until 2020 happened. Hey guys, 2020 happened. I no longer enjoyed being single. I didn't want to be single anymore. Being invotistic, I prayed about it. I rebuked the spirit of being desperate for marriage, and I discovered, well, it's not a desperation of marriage. I'm in a place where I just want to have a partner, and I'm just not desperate for it, but that's the feeling that I had, you know. And then I rebuked the spirit of lust, because I'm like, yo, I really want to have sex badly. And that was not the case. I was not being desperate to have sex. But I don't know how to explain it, but I just, being single and me, bekungahlangani nje. Yeah, I serious, being single and me just didn't add up. Anyway, so I prayed about it, and I was like, Lord, you have always sustained me, you have always preserved me, you have always kept me, you have always given me the ability of being single, and I go. I don't know how to be single anymore, and I don't want to get into marriage ngendlela. I still want you to be the foundation of whoever that comes, and I don't want to do things wrong. When I say I don't want to do things wrong, I don't want to do things without involving God. And to prove, a proof to me that I wasn't desperate for marriage, and that was between 2020 and 2021. So came a guy, and we were just having conversations, we exchanged numbers. And I remember I could never forget this. I was coming out of shower, and the Holy Spirit said that, I know that it's tempting, but do not give in. And I'm like, ah. And at that time, I really was not into the guy. Like, I was really not into the guy. I was just enjoying the conversations that we were having, and that was it to me. And I hear the Holy Spirit saying this, but don't, I know it's tempting, but don't give in. And I'm like, nah, giving in, being okay, I'm not coming. But let me tell you this, before you know, I knew it, I was in love with the guy. I liked the guy. And I was like, don't do wrong guy. Don't do wrong guy. You don't need a wrong guy. I really like the guy in such a way that I can't live without. So I think, in fact, I thank the experience that I had with the guy, because if it was not for that relationship, I don't think I would have escaped this one. So the guy had issues, and it made me immediately it made me to be into my senses and to say, girl, compromising yourself doesn't work. Compromising yourself, you end up being the victim. You end up being the one that does things that you're not comfortable in doing. So guys, i-red flag eyi-1 is enough. Andidingi neziyi-2, andidingi neyesithathu. Once nje ibe red, I live. So that was it. And luckily for me, at that time, I hadn't yet agreed to be in a relationship. And by the way, I was umzalwane who really didn't like the idea of abazalwane dating because of the information that I was exposed to and to what I know now. So I was actually willing to date this guy, then if he wants to marry me, we get married. So from that one red flag, andizokwazi to this relationship. It's a no for me. As much as I really want to be with someone, as much as I really want to meet someone that I will marry, but I am not desperate. I just want someone. That's when I knew that, you know what, I am not being desperate for marriage, but it's just I'm tired of being single. I'm tired of being single. So and then came the guy that did the pots. When he came, I was in the point where I was still trying to battle with, do I get married? What do I do with this feeling that I have? It's not desperation, I have seen that, but I just want to be with someone. And then he came and he became everything that I prayed for. And when I say that everything that I prayed for, I'm not saying that he is perfect. I was not praying for a perfect person, but he is the type of guy that I would marry. So I am marrying one. So I'm chatting because we are combined criteria. And so we went on a date, and okay, I was impressed from the first date. And then I told him that as much as ndingumzalwane, as much as sitshata singabazalwane, but I really would love to get to know you, yabo, because there's no way that I'm going to tell my pastor of something that I am not sure of. So we went on a date, then I went on a date, and then I finally decided when I got in, because it was to fall in love, so that in such a way that I don't even sing a mehlo ngokuba red flag. I held myself, I refrained myself from being in love, because I wanted to monitor by eating the yellow boot. And once I have monitored it and and I was like, oh my god, I'm falling in love. Is it really this? Is this really happening? So I told someone who's an elder, and I was like, hey, there's this guy, and hey, you got a girl, yes, Tandela. So I told someone that was an elder, and I made a decision. And it was not easy for me because of the whole thing just changed the perception that I had about meeting a partner, because now I thought you have to meet a partner at church and funebe confirmation or something, and without actually getting your own choice, without even getting your own opinion about their relationship. So I've prayed it for 1,000 times, and one time I was praying, I was like, Yoba, if this guy is not for me, and the Holy Spirit was like, why don't you make a decision and stand by your decision? and so it's either I take this advice that let me take a decision, and I took the decision. So that's how I got engaged. I don't know if guys you have any questions about this or anything that you would love me to elaborate about, but in this video bendivelela in a sense ukuba I was you knew me guys as the person that was not dating, and then boom go umsesane. And so I was just trying to fill that gap about how it came about for me to be engaged. I think I am still going to go into details about how we really met. Anyway, we are engaged. We paid the lobola. So yeah, we are working towards tying the knot. I really hope that you got the update that you wanted with regards to the engagement. And if you do have questions, please do leave them on the comment section, and I will attend to those questions that you have. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do subscribe, do like and comment. I'll see you on the next video. I love you.